Hello, parents and students. I am so thankful to be able to get to know you and get to meet you this day, and I want to share with you. By the way, my name is Miss Salazar, as you can see, and we will be talking about the 6 phonemic awareness activities that I prepared to display for you tonight or this evening. The reason we are focusing on phonemic awareness is this is something that's very crucial and very important for your students to help learn how to read. So it's pretty much the full word is phonological and phonemic awareness. We know why it's important. This is going to help them become better and better readers and just have fun as we go on. I displayed 6 activities so you can try this at home, or even a YouTube channel that can help them kind of connect the dots with whatever I display for you, demonstrate here with you, and just give you the breakdown of the 6 phonemic awareness activities. So we know that the phonological awareness is a broad set of skills that that help students identify and manipulate different units of oral language. In simpler terms and simpler words, is pretty much saying that they have the awareness of what the words we speak, and they were able to take it apart and relying on what they hear. So a lot of it has to do with auditory, just hearing the sounds and pulling them apart or expanding them. As we move forward, as teachers, the best way for us to teach your child or our students is to do explicit instructions. That just pretty much describes that it's going to be step by step, very focused on one sound that the letter may make, but those are phonemes. So we're just working on sounds at this moment. They are 6 there's 6. I will demonstrate to you the 6 from simplest to more complex phonological terms here, that we have phony isolation, phony blending, phoneme segmentation, and then as we get to closer to the more complex is the addition, phony addition, deletion, and substitution. Those are more manipulatives, but we'll get to that when we get to the activity. So the first thing I want to describe to you is, well, before I get to this, I just want to also include why is it important to know our phonological awareness, or phonemes and graphemes. But we're not going to speak too much about graphemes because that's the letter. We're focusing on sound at this moment. Whenever your child or our students are learning to read and write, when they can actually hear the sound, that's where phonological helps the students become better readers, because the more they learn the sound of the words, the greater knowledge and the greater understanding of the letters that they become more familiar with. However, we know that children, your children, this is our really our goal, is that they develop a bridge between early phonological awareness as they become more aware of what the sounds of the letters are, and they learn to recognize it. The end goal is for the child to have a phony grapheme correspondence, meaning that eventually you'll get phony and grapheme, which is sounds and letters, putting them together to develop the reading and the writing. But as right now we're focused on sound. So phoneme isolation is a level of this is the simplest level in our phonemic awareness, because students are learn to identify different parts and sounds in certain words. So right now I will demonstrate the first activity, and the first word I use is bat, and the first sound that we are going to focus on is the first sound in the word. b, b. So as we go forward, this is our activity. Let's see if I can zoom in or, okay, zoom out. Our activity is bat, bat. So as we focus on the first sound, b, 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 we're singling the phoneme. We are going to, I have a green check mark and then I have an X. It can be a thumbs up and it can be a thumbs down. We know the X is not the b, b sound. And we know that on this side it is the b sound. So we have on this start with the X. Ig. Do we hear the b sound? No. What about k, at? We don't hear the b sound. But I didn't realize that this little kitten is on the basket. So that would fall under b, basket. B, b. Yeah, it would fall under the b sound. However, we're focused on the cat. So here we have b, ag, b. So yes, that is the sound, the phonemic sound of b. It's a single sound of the first sound of this word, bat. So what about b, ug? We heard the sound? Of course, keep it on that side. B, at. Same word, different image. We have a bat here, b, at. So yes, it does have the first sound of the b. All right, so as we move forward, this is what excites me the most, is that even though there is 6 activities, 6 simplest to complex, it still is just knowing that we can hear the sound, that we can single it out, and that we can stretch it out like we did with at. That's a stretched out word, but we get to the main goal of hearing the sound, hearing the beginning sound. So here is phoneme blending. And on phoneme blending, students will begin to blend sounds that they hear. Once again, it's auditory. We're hearing the sound. The sounds on phoneme and grapheme, with explicit practice, students will be able to blend the sounds together. I'll give you one just by hearing it, but then I would also display it for you. So this one's a CVC word. It's k, up. Then we put k, p. So it's CU and then p, k, up. That's a blending word. But right now we're going to focus on the S. I'm going to go ahead and describe, pull out that activity for you. So I already wrote with my marker here. Ooh, we're focused on the phoneme. We're focused on the s, sound. S, ooh, ooh. And then we're gonna blend to p, id. So slap, slip, id. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Let's focus that. Let's do that blending sound again. App, ip, id, slid. So we have slap, slid, slap, slid, and slid. Sorry, made my correction. So this is an activity that you can do with just simple paper and marker, and it's blending sounds. This is focused on the sound. So moving forward, we have phonemic segmentation. Phonemic segmentation This level of phonemic segmentation is the ability to break words down to individual sounds. Now, this we do use manipulatives, and it's very simple. I will display to you on a dry erase board and how we move just the cutout construction squares to isolate each phonemic, which is sounds, and then we say it together, blending it all together as one word. But right now we're just focusing on the isolation of and segmentating, which is separating. So we're going to stretch it out, and then we're going to focus on just the single sounds. Let me display that for you. As we have here, I drew a picture on a dry erase board. So this is phoneme segmentation. So hat, stretch it out, hat, excuse me, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try this again. All right. Hat. That is phoneme segmentation. As we continue to go forward, I also have phoneme addition. So now we have moved forward to the more complex, which is more we start introducing to manipulatives. So the earlier ones were a little bit more simpler. But parents, just because it says it's more complex, it's just really reinforcing the sounds that they have already heard. So phoneme addition is that the students will hear the word that is, and then I will give them a phoneme to add to make a new word. So I know that sounds a little complicated, but it really isn't. So I have an example that I will be using to display that. So once again, this is where a student will hear a word and then I will give a phoneme, which is the sound, to add to it to make a new word. Let's go ahead and do that. So this example we have is bar, b, r, b, r, b, r, bar. So we are going to add n sound at the end of this word, n sound. So now we have a new word, barn, barn. We get the n out of the way. We still have bar, but we added the n sound, barn. Here we have the word art, art, art. So this is another demonstration that with phoneme addition you can add in the beginning or in the end. This we're adding in the beginning. We're adding the t sound. T, art, tart, t, art, tart. We added the t sound to art. We added this phoneme sound, which is a single sound. Can there be more than one phoneme? Yes, there can. Alright, so we're going to do phoneme deletion. Now, as this starts becoming more, they'll become more aware to what these terms are, and eventually they can explain this to you. Your children can teach you, and that helps them reinforce what they've learned. So phoneme deletion, students will be taking away a phoneme. with explicit instructions. So keep in mind that explicit instruction is just being very precise in what we are trying to focus on. We're not saying the letter B, but we're saying the sound of the first word, the first sound of the word, which is B. So that's explicit instruction. So right now, we know that deletion, phoneme deletion, is taken away. I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate that for you. We have the word grow. Let me get rid of some of these. Okay, so we have the word grow. O. G. O. And we are going to take away the G sound. Notice that I didn't say G. We're taking away, we're doing a phoneme deletion of the sound G. Now we're left with O. Row. We are left with the new word row. This is a phoneme deletion. Now lastly, we have by far the most complex, but as you're learning, parents, as I'm demonstrating this to you, we are discovering that they're not so difficult at all. They're simple things that I've just used, and if anything, this is going to help your children to become better readers and writers. So let's go ahead and move on to phoneme substitution. Sorry, I said that again. Subtraction. Okay, phoneme substitution is more complex because of the manipulatives. But not only that, at this point the students are becoming more familiar with only phonemes, sounds, not graphemes, letters. So now students are replacing or substituting a phoneme. For example, if we take from the word mat and replace it with k from then it becomes a new word, cat. Let me just demonstrate that for you. So we have the word mat, and and we are going to remove or substitute the letter M, or sorry, not the letter, with at. So we no longer have mat, but we have cat. So a good thing about phoneme substitution is that it doesn't have to always be in the beginning. Just like when we're hearing the beginning sound in bat, we can also focus on the ending or in the middle. In this case, we'll do the middle. So this put back, at, mat. And we're going to remove that sound and replace it with a ooh. Wait. Nope, sorry. At. And we're going to move to oo, or ut. And we just created a new word by doing phoneme substitution. I want to thank you all for taking the time to discovering a little bit more about what phonemic awareness is all about. We know it's about we know that all that falls under it is the phonemes and phonics, and a lot of sound, auditory, so we can hear it, then we can see it, and then we tie in our graphemes, which is our letters. But the goal of all this is to become stronger and better readers. by knowing what they're not the graphemes of what the letters should sound like, but knowing what they sound like. So I appreciate everything that for the time that you've taken, parents, to allow me to explain a little bit more of what we're going to be learning this year. So I greatly appreciate y'all. I hope that you give me the support as much as I support your children. I'm ready to have your students this year, and I'm thankful for all this opportunity. I appreciate y'all. Farewell for now, Miss Salazar. Goodbye.